Hey girl, you always seem to find your way back to me.
Welcome to 520 Sports Talk, episode number 30-something.
30-something, yeah.
33? 33, so says producer Andy. And, hey, you know what? We're happy to be around this long. That is some new music that you have not heard here on 520 Sports Talk. That is the band Dirty Magic with their song Hey Girl Master. Or maybe Hey Girl, maybe that's just the master track, and so maybe, you know. But you know, we're going to run with it, but it's local music. So
local music is the best.
Do, right? So they were the winner of the Battle of the Bands.
Battle of the Bands, yes.
To play at KF Mayday. So we love to feature local music, so you'll hear them. You've heard Slow Truck on the show before, but we're all about featuring the local, which is why we have a great show. We have Pima Tennis here tonight, so we have the coach. We got 4 players. We're very excited to have them on the show. Right now, I want to go ahead and give a quick mention to our sponsors, and I'll just go ahead and I'll run them all down for you, Bill. But we want to give a big thank you to Micha's Mexican Food on 4th Avenue, and they have great catering. Micha's since 1976, not quite the 12-17 like we thought it was initially.
Right. Real quick, also Cinco de Mayo coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Micha's is having margarita specials at their location on South 4th. So get your Cuervo on and head on down there. Actually, I ate breakfast there this morning.
Oof.
Wonderful breakfast.
Yummy.
I had red chili, beans, rice with 2 fried eggs on top.
Oh,
it was fantastic.
You eat there every day.
I know, right? Well, why wouldn't you when the food's that good? So, also Oasis Air Conditioning and Heating. It's hot, it's cold, it's hot, it's cold. It's going to start to stay hot. So, talk to David Murrieta, Oasis Air Conditioning and Heating. Make sure you get that AC tuned up before.
And your ducks cleaned out.
Your ducks?
Your ducks cleaned out.
Oh, ducks. With a T. Also, there we go. Z Pizza and Tap Room. One of our shows, the end of every month, we're at Z Pizza and Tap Room. We had a good show last time with the CDO baseball team. So we thank them for joining us. Z Pizza and Tap Room, great beer on tap, wine, great pizza. Make sure to join them. The Rock, when you want to see bands like Dirty Magic and Slow Truck and
Maidens of Metal are there all the time.
So The Rock on Park and 9th.
Yeah.
So that's a great place, great venue. Stray Dogs. If you want a 17-inch donut, and Coach, you look like you could use a 17-inch donut.
I think I've had too many.
Yeah, you go to Stray Dogs. They are featured on Ginormous Food on the Food Network. That show I believe will air in June, which is next month.
With them in June.
So it'll air in June. So
also,
make sure to watch that.
They are also having Cinco de Mayo. They wanted me to mention that they're going to have $5 Cuervo margaritas. The Cuervo rep is going to be there handing out some Cuervo swag. $2 street tacos. So if you're south, go to Micha's. If you're north, go to Stray Dogs.
And if you're really north, go to Z Pizza
and if you're really
Tap
north,
Room.
yeah, go to Z. If you're in the Oro Valley area, go to Z Pizza and Tap Room.
Couple last ones to mention here. Also, TucsonAlist.com. If you're looking for a quality service provider, go to TucsonAlist.com. And last, but certainly not least, actually 2 more. Our studio, Lawler, Chris Lawler, loansbylawler.com.
That's right.
That's his wonderful face is right behind Coach there. So 520-260-4846 or loansbylawler.com. And now, the one you've all been waiting for, Andy Taylor Media. He makes us look good. He even makes me look good even with this crazy wild beard I have going on right now. I know I'm going to trim it, guys. I've heard the comments and everything like that. I will trim it. But
I've seen no comments on Facebook about it.
The thing is that it's a playoff beard. I'm a big hockey. I'm a hockey fan. Well, I'm a hockey fan. I'm a Ducks fan. They're still in the playoffs. They're down 2-1 in their series against Edmonton, so I'm not going to shave
good
until
team.
they lose or win the cup. So
That's a good team.
The Ducks or the Oilers?
The Ducks.
Thank you. All right. So
all right.
So my new favorite guest right here.
That's
Thank you
right.
very much. So by the way, as the comments roll in, we will let you know if comments and questions come in. We're going to let you know right away.
Mm-hmm.
So is it Megan Hauk says go Pima Tennis. Ooh. So thank you, Megan. But anyways, contact Andy Taylor when you need some quality production.
Quality.
Well, and not only
it's his middle name.
But Andy,
his parents were hippies.
Andy Quality Taylor. We are joined here, as you can see to our left here, by Coach Ian of the Pima Aztec tennis team and Elise Rodriguez. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, thank you for the invitation. We really appreciate it.
So I know the season's got to be wrapping up pretty soon as we're getting into May. So why don't you walk us through how the season has been so far, the highs and the lows, and what you expect for the last few weeks of the season?
Okay, well, the regular season already ended.
Okay.
We went. The girls went 3-3, and the guys went 3-3, or 4-2 the regular season, and then we went to regionals, and the guys finished second place at the regional tournament, and the girls they tied in third place, I believe.
Now, is it similar to the other sports where you have to win your regional tournament to move on to nationals, or do the men get to move on in second place, or how does that work?
The top three teams qualify for nationals.
Yeah, they're both going.
Okay,
Yeah,
so they're both going. That's wonderful.
Yeah,
That's
the
great.
girls are staying in town. The boys are going to Plano, Texas.
Yeah, the girls are going to play at Refkin Tennis Center. The host is going to be, or the tournament director is Megan Hauk, actually.
Oh, well, there you go.
And
Thank you, Megan, for directing the tournament right there.
That's right.
She's doing a great job there. And then the guys are going to go to Plano, Texas on the 15th. The tournament starts on the 15th.
So
of
talk
May.
to how does the tournament work?
Well, it's by flights. So there's 6 players for singles and 1 through 6. So there's 6 different draws. So all the number ones in the nation that qualify,
Okay.
they play each other in one draw, and then 2s and 3s, 4, 5, 6. And then the doubles, there's 3 different courts, number 1 doubles, 2 and 3 doubles.
Okay.
And same thing, flights for all number 1, 2, and 3. And
Now, the athletes that we have here with us tonight, do they play both singles and doubles?
yeah, they both play singles and doubles.
So what you're saying is they're going to be very tired at the end of the tournament.
Yeah, they should be.
They should be. So, but I imagine conditioning. I mean, now is it best 2 of 3 sets? Is that how it works in college?
that's 2 out of 3.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we still play 2 out of 3 sets.
Now,
Not like NCAA that they have different rules there for the scoring.
Now, in some professional tennis tournaments, you'll get the tiebreaker, at the end of a set. If you're 6-all, you go to the tiebreaker. But in some tournaments, you'll just keep playing games until you have a two game.
Yeah, that's in the Grand Slams.
Okay.
And like the really old Grand Slams, I want to keep it like kind of how it used to be in the early days. So it's only Wimbledon and
The French
Open. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because the U.S. and the Australian, we're way too new.
That's right.
Yeah.
For all that tradition.
Actually, I think the U.S. Open started that 5th set to keep playing until they're winning by 2 games.
Right.
But they took it off. So.
Now, Elise, you're a freshman coming to Pima. This is your first year. Tell us a little bit about the major differences between high school tennis and junior college tennis.
It's a lot more competitive, honestly.
How about the speed of the game?
Yeah, a lot quicker.
So how is it, additionally, kind of piggybacking on that, balancing school and tennis now at a higher level?
It's a lot harder, but I think I've managed it well.
So 4.0 then, is what you're saying?
No. I wish.
What is your courses of study?
Right now I'm just getting my Associates of Science. So just the basics basically right now.
And what were you planning to doing for your junior and senior years at a different school?
Just as sophomore first.
You got to be
Yeah. I mean, do you have a major in mind? Or?
Yeah, I either want to be an ophthalmologist or an optometrist.
Depends on how much schooling you want to take.
Yeah.
If you're done with the optometrist and you're like, well, I'm kind of done. I don't think I'll be an ophthalmologist. Because
mine was I was going to be either a brain surgeon or a fry cook. So.
what did you?
know which one he chose.
That's right.
Yeah. And my brain surgery scheduled for next week.
That's
Thanks,
right.
Bill, for
Thanks a
taking
lot.
care of that.
Yeah,
I appreciate that, especially for footing the bill for me too.
Exactly.
That free. As you can tell, I need brain surgery because I'm growing a beard like this. So obviously, there's something wrong up there.
This handsome devil here.
So in the tournament coming up, do they do all the singles matches and then the doubles, or do they, kind of like intersperse them in between each other, or how do they schedule everything during the tournament?
I think it's one singles match, one doubles match per day, and then if you lose in the first round, you go to the back draw.
Okay.
And so you get like a consolation draw, and then if you lose again, then you're out of the tournament.
Double elimination.
Yeah.
Now, can you win your way back in? Basically, like if you win the consolation round, do you finish in third, or could you make it back up to the championship?
No, you can't. You finish. So it's probably there's I think 29 schools playing. So if you lose first round, you'll be 17.
Okay, that's the best you
it's
can do.
It's going to be a
going through
32
the
draw, I think.
consolation bracket.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can't be in the top 16 if you lose first round.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
So you said that the women went 3-3. Talk about the 3 wins against whatever school and the 3 losses, and then kind of go into who the ACCAC who's the toughest opponent.
Yeah, the toughest opponents for sure is Mesa Community College, a good rival for Pima, and even for me when I played. Fortunately, I beat them when I played at them.
Seems like Mesa's a rival for every
for every sport.
Yeah.
Mesa and Scottsdale, but Scottsdale doesn't have a team right now, unfortunately.
Really?
Yeah, they used to have a really good
death
program.
penalty.
Death penalty.
I don't
Did
know.
they go straight SMU death penalty? Is that
you'd think that they'd have the country club sport in Scottsdale.
in Scottsdale?
Yeah,
you would really
exactly.
figure
Yeah.
as much,
Yeah.
but
It's like, come on, Scottsdale Artichokes, let's get with the program.
yeah,
They
fighting
had a good
artichokes.
program,
Yeah.
but hopefully they get it back so the conference gets bigger again,
Right.
more matches to play.
Sure.
And
Sure.
then the other one, it's Eastern Arizona. They have a really good program there. The coach is doing a really good job there.
Now, was that one of your wins or one of your losses?
Those two were the
loss.
losing
Okay.
matches.
Mesa and Eastern.
And Eastern,
Eastern.
yeah. And then the other teams were Glendale and Paradise Valley.
Yeah.
And we beat them both times that we played them. And so, I mean, it was when we won or when the girls won, it was good experience for them. I feel like they didn't have the team experience yet or the match experience, but they got it together and they kept improving on the court, off the court, and like they managed their emotions, and they kept improving a lot. When we got to regionals, all the other coaches were really amazed on their improvement. Same for the guys too. So it was even if it was like a losing season, it felt like a winning season because of the improvement that they all made.
Sure.
Now, you have most of your team coming back, predominantly freshman-laden team, or
For the girls, yeah. Only one sophomore for the girls, and for the guys, 5 are leaving. So
Oh wow! So
Okay.
you're gonna have
little
to
bit of a
reload.
rebuild,
Yeah.
yeah,
So it seems like, and this is just something I noticed with a record of 3-3 and a record of 4-2. Seems like a pretty short season when
Yeah.
when the rest of the sports are having several games. What's the reason for the amount of games that are in a season?
well, the amount of teams in the conference.
obviously every school doesn't have a team. Does
Okay.
Yavapai,
Yeah.
being up north, maybe in
No,
colder
they don't
weather,
have.
They don't have
It's
one either.
only
Western?
Glendale, Mesa, Paradise Valley, Eastern, and Pima.
Really?
For the girls, and then for the guys, Mesa, Paradise Valley, Glendale, and Pima. So only 4.
It's
No kidding.
interesting.
Yeah.
So Phoenix College doesn't have a team, or
No, they don't.
Wow.
Coach East.
Cochise or
Western?
Western?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm kind of surprised.
Interesting.
Although in
Or
Yuma,
even Gilbert, Chandler Gilbert.
Yeah. Well, in Yuma, you don't want to play tennis.
You
It's hot.
gotta remember we have a player from Yuma.
Yeah, we did. I was talking
No, I'm just
to
saying
him
it's
about-
hot. I'm like, like, can you imagine a home game
I-
outside? I mean, it's just-
Exactly. I actually asked him in
wait,
the
so which one? Who's from
Raj.
Yuma?
Raj is from Yuma.
Raj is from you.
Raj and I are going to get along great because that's a conversation we're going to have
I
right
asked him
now.
already. I was like, "What brought you to Pima? 10 degrees cooler."
Yeah, we're probably having another player from Yuma for next year too.
Okay. So Elise, tell me when you're out on the court. I mean, obviously you're focused on the match itself, but what do you do? What do you do to kind of de-stress yourself? Say maybe you're down 2-1 or 3-1, something like that. What do you do to kind of reach in within inside you and pull that inner strength out and just kind of put the stress to the side?
Well, I still haven't perfected it. I still get really stressed out and nervous. But I just kind of think of it more of a practice match. And so that way I'm less nervous or anxious during the points.
That's a good way to think about it.
So, how fast do you serve?
Not that fast.
If we had a radar gun and we walked outside right now, how fast are we hitting? We talking like 110, 115?
No.
Because
I wish.
Sean will throw it out there. You'll probably have to serve to one of us.
This is true. We always throw out the challenge.
Weekly challenges.
Well,
you can put a shaving cream can on top of your head, and if she hits it, you can shave.
Oh, and if she hits me in the face, I'm just gonna bleed all over it anyway. So
and
it's
since
gonna
I
be
shaved
fine.
this morning, it's all you, buddy.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be going William Tell with the tennis serve to my dome.
That's right.
No, I mean I've done some pretty silly things. I mean I wasn't, Andy knows because Andy and I have gone back about 15, 16 years, and when I was doing really, really stupid stuff with a local station here, and I'm talking really stupid. I mean, we're talking world-class stupid. There's me getting hit in the face by a tennis ball. You can tell because all the hair on my face.
All the hair, that's right.
Andy would probably remember this, and Bill, I don't know if you remember this because it was right before I met you, but they if you listen to KFMA, now I won't, trying to free advertise them, but I'm just saying, there was my radio name was a little inappropriate, but they thought the really funny thing to do would be to throw me in an orange Speedo, strap me to the hood of a 1976 Lincoln Continental, which is a boat, and send me through a car wash. It's the car wash right at Speedway and Country Club where you can watch your car go through. So that's, taking a tennis ball to the head is probably not really a big deal. I'd probably.
Unfortunately for Sean, it was before social media.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah. I think MySpace may have been around by then.
Yeah,
because it was 2000. Whew. Okay, then no, I'm not old. I swear. So, when did you start playing tennis?
I started in high school.
Oh, really? So you started pretty late, all things considered.
Yeah.
Okay. What made you pick up a tennis racket? I mean, it's one of those things where usually when you hear about tennis players, they started when they could first pick up something. It was a tennis racket. So what made you decide on tennis?
It was just something for fun, something to do with my friends, and then I just really liked it.
Now, do you play other racket sports, racquetball, squash, that type of stuff?
No.
Oh.
Bill, no one plays squash. Okay.
Well, I want to throw it out there for we are on the World Wide Web, so I thought maybe there's somebody in England
Bill,
or something.
No one calls it the World Wide Web. So
squash
we
is tough. It's a good sport.
It is
though.
tough.
Yeah.
I always used to watch people playing squash at the rec center when I was at the U of A, and it was pretty crazy. So here we have a lot of comments coming through here, and Sharon, thank you for joining us, and Robert and Tom and everyone, thank you for joining us live.
Special thanks to Tom, my buddy from Tucson Fires. So we're gonna get Jayme on. She'll be up next, Tom.
So Megan says Elise has had so many clutch tiebreak wins this season, she probably won't even mention it because you're really tough under pressure.
That's one of the things I admired, that she improved a lot, because she, like, you can tell right now she's a little nervous, but like she would get really nervous at the beginning of the season, and then she had some really, really good matches.
Nice.
And it was, she just started in high school, and the improvement that she made in less than a year, it was really good. It was really good,
Who's Oscar? I have to ask, who's Oscar?
Esquer? That's my brother.
All right.
Well, he says go Aztecs.
Yeah.
So Elise, talk to me about your where you went to high school and your high school experience with tennis. Obviously that was the beginning of your love for the sport. And let us know, how did your high school team fare against other schools in Tucson?
Well, as a freshman, I went to Saguaro, and then I switched over my sophomore year to Flowing Wells. And I really liked both teams. I had a lot of fun, and that's why I wanted to continue in college, because it was sort of like a second family. For Flowing Wells, I think we did pretty well.
Now, did your coach at Flowing Wells kind of lead you into Pima, or did you have other offers where you could have gone to other schools and you chose Pima over them?
No, I didn't decide to join the Pima tennis team until like November, I think.
Was coach pushing you pretty hard to join the team and you just weren't quite ready to commit, or how'd that work?
No, I called him and asked him if I could try out.
Oh, okay. So we do have another question that just came in here. So, Danny Schuster says that Ian guy.
Saw that.
So, how do you keep the energy level up when you have some really heavy and like long volleys? How do you really sustain that?
I don't know.
So mental.
Yeah.
Mental.
It's so mental, yeah.
So what's your strongest stroke, your forehand or your backhand?
My forehand.
Forehand.
Yeah.
And is that what you try to play? Do you try to force the action to try to use your forehand more? Do you hit it deeper, or do you kind of lob and volley?
It just kind of depends on the player. Like, if I notice that their backhand isn't very well, then I'll aim for their backhand. Sure. And if they aim it more towards my backhand, then I'll like kind of run around to try gain it.
Sure.
Yeah.
I just want to, we have 3 other players here that we want to give time to. So if you have any questions for Elise, send them over now. Just want to make sure that people have the opportunity to ask you questions here. We want to get the rest of the group in here for sure. So, how are your drop shots?
I don't know.
Coach, how are her drop shots?
Not their best. It's not her best shot.
That's right. That's your sophomore project, right?
Yeah, right.
Something to work on over
That's
the off season.
My drop shot's terrible, so I appreciate that.
Are there any serve and volley players on the team?
Yeah, I mean, there's more on the guy side, I think. There's a couple of serve and volleyers, but they're pretty good, like all around players. But mostly they're used to hitting from the baseline. It's kind of a lost touch that people don't have it as much anymore. Like,
you don't see a lot of serve and volley anymore.
Tennis.
Yeah.
Now, Elise, when you do your backhand, do you do a two-handed backhand, or do you just do one?
Two-handed.
Now, do you you get into it like Monica Seles type stuff, or you're like or are you pretty quiet on the court?
I'm pretty quiet.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah.
Monica Seles was pretty loud.
She was incredibly loud.
Yeah, she was.
In
really
fact,
loud.
it almost took away from the match, in my opinion.
Well, I was gonna make some sort of really bad joke about. But we're gonna move on. Monica went through enough. She
That's right.
She took one to the back.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she earned that.
So you're in the opportunity to screen.
Yeah, she earned the opportunity. Hey, thank you.
That's
All right.
Been a great crowd.
So last opportunity for questions for Elise. And thank you very much to the Refkin Tennis Center and a couple others that are sharing the videos. So we do have a lot of live viewers watching right now.
Perfect.
So send those questions across. And I mean, are we gonna do a like emoji and
I'd love to do that
and comment challenge?
The other 32 episodes.
Okay, so what's the challenge and who has to take it?
First of all, I want to just kind of expound on what Sean said about thank you to the Refkin Tennis Center. If you do want to go out, and we hope that you guys support the athletes that we have on our show. It's at the southeast corner of Broadway and Alvernon in the Reed Park area, Randolph Park when I grew up. But please, go out and support these fine athletes. It's it's their national tournament. Tucson's hosting it, so not only is it good for Pima College, but it's good for Tucson, Arizona as well. So,
yes.
Do yourself a favor and go watch some really premium tennis, and and our Chris Lawler sign just fell down.
Yeah, sorry, Chris.
And
we'll
go
put
out
that,
there and support the young Aztecs.
Thanks, Coach. So right now it looks like we have the challenge. courtesy of Andy Taylor.
Yep. Yeah, right.
If we get enough likes, comments, and shares, we're going to go ahead and put the number at a combination of 50 total. No, total.
50
We already
total?
have 10 comments. So send the emojis across.
Emojis, smiley
if we
faces,
get enough,
hearts, thumbs up. We
if
don't want
we-
to see any sad faces or mad faces.
and if we get enough, we will post a photo of me on top of the car going through the car wash
In a Speedo.
in a Speedo. Which
Or
may
Speedo, is
which
that what-
may prevent people from liking and commenting on this.
That's right.
By the way, it is free for spectators to watch Pima Community College Athletics Women's Tennis May 7th through the 11th at the Women's Tennis Center. There's the emojis.
There we
I
go.
wish I knew who was
Thank you
sending
so much,
those,
Megan, for
so I
sharing that
can.
information with us.
I'm trying to see if it's Tom or if it's Robert that's posting those right now because you guys are sick.
That's right. We're just going to put it out there right there.
So, Elise, thank you so much for joining us. If we can send Jayme in here, I think she'll be next. But thank you for joining us on 520 Sports
Every
Talk. It's a
Tucson
pleasure having you.
firehouse better be turning on Facebook right now.
Oh, yeah, any shout-outs before? You want to say any hi, moms, hi, dads, anything right here?
Sisters, brothers, friends at school.
Right here, right there.
Hi, Abby. Hi, Elizabeth. Those are my two sisters.
There you go.
Yeah.
Is her middle name really Butt?
Huh?
Did you say Lisa Butt?
No.
I swear I heard Lisa Butt. I don't know what I'm hearing.
Elizabeth.
Oh, man,
That's
I was
right.
way off. I'm
Also, Elise,
So,
good luck on,
like-
You're
good luck
thinking
on
of your
finals.
picture
I know
right
that,
Oh, that's true.
I
That's
know
that's the picture.
School
Yeah.
year's coming to an end, so good luck on those finals.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining us. Send Jayme on in here.
Okay.
Olga had some kissy faces for you, by the way.
There we go.
So we got a lot of live viewers. Jayme Shafer will be joining us next, so get your questions ready for Jayme Shafer.
And here she is.
And here she is. Jayme, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So, I don't know. Don't look at this here because if people start commenting and liking on stuff when you're talking, then we're putting a picture of me in a Speedo on a car. So I don't know if you heard that.
yeah, I did.
Okay, so
I was
I'm just
gonna like it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's go.
See,
There you go,
there's
Sean, you got
more
one.
of the likes are coming
That's
through.
right.
So there we go. We have a lot of comments and stuff coming through for Jayme Shafer. So we're going to try and get to all the questions and comments right now. Yay, Jayme. From Joan, is that who's
And
Joan?
Jasmine.
That's my
sent us-
mom.
That's mom.
Yeah.
And then Jasmine, my baby Jayme. I guess you've grown so much. She's very impressed. I'm sure you can take your big sister in a tennis match these days. Is that
Yeah,
true?
I don't know. She's pretty good at tennis.
Who does she play for?
She's way older. She's like in her 30s. But she does
Oh.
play
What are you saying?
Way older.
Hold on a second. I just go ahead and pull the knife out of my bag here. Oh, sorry.
Where did I place my cane?
She's like, wait, she's like
She's
30.
like 30. Yeah.
Oh. We have fun here, Jayme. We're not trying to embarrass you. Okay, we're totally trying to embarrass
we
you on
are.
that one.
Yeah,
So,
we admit it.
and then Dad saying hi. Oh,
Hi,
okay.
Dad.
So, Tom's asking, do you prefer to play singles or doubles?
I prefer to play singles.
Why is that?
I think most people would.
I mean, I really like playing doubles. I think it's fun to have another teammate to play with, but in the end, I like depending on my own self. I feel bad
Right.
if I miss a ball for my other team.
Okay.
right?
Now, in a doubles match, like if you're both going for the shot, have you ever like hit your partner in the head or anything with your racket? Or
No, but we completely missed the ball
The whiff.
altogether.
The
Yeah.
double whiff.
The whiff.
Yeah. The whiff.
It's her best friend too. At least it's her doubles partner.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is your doubles partner. Terrific.
Yep.
So, is it in doubles tennis? Is it like volleyball in which you have to high five each other between every point?
That's right.
No, but we
No.
like to.
Okay, but we're
Definitely
gonna
like
do
Not
it
required,
anyways.
but encouraged.
Yeah, it is encouraged.
It is.
Alright.
I mean, plus it keeps morale up. I mean, if you're
Sure.
having a long rally that doesn't really go your way, then you can kind of. There's nothing a good crisp high five won't cure. I mean,
Yeah, and I
really.
saw a lot of them this weekend. Believe me.
Yeah, oh yeah, you were
I
at
was
you
covering
were
beach volleyball.
covering beach volleyball.
We'll get into
lot
that
of
a
high
little bit
fives.
later in the show.
A lot of high fives.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Coach, where is Jayme seated going into the tournament?
She's gonna play the 5. She plays 5 for the team, so she's gonna be in the 5 flight.
The
So,
5 flight. Okay. How long does an average match last?
Uh,
And are most of them straight set, or
Well,
do
it's
most
just
of them
3
go to a
sets
third?
for women.
Two
yeah.
2 hours, 2.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
2.5 hours for an average match?
Yeah. Two
Wow.
2 hours to 2.5 hours.
Wow. And
Stamina City.
what's your preferred drink of choice between games?
Sprite.
Sprite?
No.
I was like,
Okay.
really? I'm like, really? You're drinking Sprite on the side? Like, hey, good for you, but
At least she didn't say Monster or something.
I'm drinking a
Why is she
Rockstar.
running so fast?
At the odd games, I'm chugging a Monster Rockstar. Whew, okay. Is it just water? Is it Gatorade?
Both. Mostly
Okay.
Gatorade.
Okay.
Okay. Keep the electrolytes.
But I just didn't
up.
know if it's
Yeah.
something that, like, if you could use a performance enhancer, like a Rockstar or something like that, or really caffeine it up. No Red Bulls in between,
No.
in between sets.
Nope.
No,
I'm
all right.
good.
All right, so tell us a little bit about the high school you went to, how you kind of got into tennis. Elise basically started in high school. Let us know, how old you were, what got you into tennis, were our mom and dad tennis players, that type of stuff.
Oh, okay. So I went to Tucson High, and I started playing tennis freshman year, and then my dad and sister play tennis, so I decided to kind of follow in their footsteps, and I eventually started liking it a lot. So I also liked being on a team too.
How did the Badgers do? Were they pretty competitive in the Tucson high school scene?
Yes and no. As we lost our seniors, keep on losing seniors each year that I kind of went from sophomore to junior, we kept on losing seniors. And, I mean, they got a little bit less competitive, our
Okay.
team members.
So it's kind of a rebuild type
Sure.
thing? Mm-hmm. All right. Now
Yeah.
tell us, we asked Elise the same question. What's the biggest difference you see between high school tennis and college tennis, other than the speed maybe?
Oh, definitely more competitive. And, yeah, I guess people take it more seriously in college, too.
Sure. There's a lot of comments coming through, so I want to acknowledge everyone that's sending them through. So,
You have to back up half of
yeah,
it.
it is, I mean, there's a lot coming through. So, a lot of them.
Ouch, I'm 31.
Megan says, "Ouch, I'm 31," so you're not making any friends there.
Yeah, you made no friends there, Jamie.
Caitlin says, "Hi, Jamie. We love you from the Shafer family." Noah and Maddie say hi. Jane says, "Hi, Jamie, from your fam in Cali. Love you more." Clayton says, "Hi, Jamie," with a lot of E's at the end. Approximately 5 or 6 E's at the end.
Don't we have a 7E minimum?
Yeah,
Or
no,
maximum, huh?
7E maximum.
Yeah.
And you said 7E maximum. You do realize we're probably going to get 20 of them right now.
Yeah, of
so,
course,
yeah.
of course.
Pam says, "Hi, Jamie."
And Jamie's dad was a championship tennis player in the Navy.
Is
Let's
that
see.
what it says?
Yes.
Let's see. Aloha,
That's from
Jamie.
my buddy Tom.
Wow.
Auntie Cheryl says, "Aloha, Jamie."
Aloha. Aloha.
There's so many hi cuz from Baby Riley.
Got a lot of emojis going across. That's good. The more emojis you send, the less of Sean and I.
Right. Yeah, and make sure to everyone watching, please share this because we want more people to see this interview. Bring a lot of attention to the Pima tennis team because a lot of the Pima sports, I mean, we all know like the Pima men's and women's basketball team, they get a lot of attention. There's a lot of people at the games. They went, they go to the regional and national tournaments and things like that. But we really want to bring attention to some of the teams that don't get it. That don't get as as many people going to their games and it's a really exciting sport. I mean, if you watch some of the Grand Slams, when you watch tennis, when the Grand Slams come around, it's really exciting. So
And it's in that season now because Wimbledon will be early June, I think. They
Right.
really start playing some of the Grand
It's on-
Slams in
the
May.
Aussie Open
French
first.
Open first.
French
yeah.
Open first, then
Yeah.
Wimbledon, and then
Wimbledon with a D. So, because the Australian Opens first, right?
Yeah.
They open the
Yeah.
Grand Slam season, then the French then
Open.
Wimbledon, then the U.S. Open's not until usually August.
Yeah.
yeah.
So, the Grand Slam season is coming. So,
I mean, any tournament. I mean, there's tournaments every weekend for them, And
the next question for Jamie is, when's your dad going to teach you his awesome backspin?
Who said that?
That was Laura Shafer Matthew.
Oh, okay. That's
Tom's
my aunt.
It's Tom's wife, yeah. And the answer is
When's he going to teach you the
Hopefully
backhand?
soon.
Hopefully soon.
Now, Jayme, speaking of the Grand Slams, have you ever played a match on anything other than, the concrete? Have you played on grass? Have you played on clay?
Nope, I have not.
Well, you haven't lived.
That's right. Is that something that you would maybe want to do?
I would want to try it. Mm-hmm.
Well, I think, doesn't Racket Club? Does Racket Club have?
No, La Paloma has clay courts or
Oh, do they? Okay.
hard through. Yeah,
I
worked there.
thought Racket Club had,
I'm gonna have to take them there.
grass court or something like that. At least at one point they did.
No.
There's grass in Tucson?
Yeah. Oh, you
It's
know what? I was
yellow.
thinking of my neighbor's yard.
Oh,
that's what
right.
it was. It was my neighbor's yard. That's what the
Exactly.
grass court was.
I don't think
Um,
there's a grass courts here. There's grass courts in Scottsdale. There's a tournament there.
Okay.
Is there are there clay courts at Skyline? I think
Skyline,
have. Yeah, I was gonna say I knew there was some clay courts around here.
Yeah.
Ruins your shoes.
No, well, it depends. The color of the shoe, maybe.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. The color of the shoe.
That's my favorite surface. I grew
Is
up,
it? Okay.
I grew up playing in clay courts, so
It's fun. I mean,
Yeah.
How does it differentiate the spin on the ball compared to other surfaces?
well, the bounce it's a little unpredictable because it just grabs more. It could bounce higher, it could bounce lower.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
It's an unpredictable surface. That's
Yeah.
for sure. Plus, it can really die. I mean, like
Yeah.
you get a shot, you can really just
For grass,
lose
would
all
kind of
momentum.
slow it down, slow the ball down a little bit more.
Which
Grass
one?
Usually,
Grass?
Yeah.
That's usually faster.
it's faster.
Is it
Fast,
faster?
yeah.
Faster and the ball doesn't bounce. I played grass last year in a tournament in Scottsdale, and I mean it was a fun experience, but it's definitely.
But I wouldn't want to
harder.
do it again.
No, I am.
Oh.
June is coming up. June.
All right.
Grass courts tournaments in
Yeah.
Scottsdale, so hopefully it goes better. Than
I
last
have
year.
to ask this question coming up here, and it's going to give Andy a great chance to put up a really interesting graphic.
Nice.
So Tom asks, and for those of you who have a weak constitution, maybe
Turn away.
put maybe earmuffs, earmuffs for a second. I'm supposed to ask you about your toenails falling off from your from your dedicated practice
Uncle
efforts.
Tom, come on.
Wow. Okay.
Well, it's dedication, so I mean, it's not
That's
like
right.
it's from some poor habits of any kind. It's just it's,
Yeah,
it's tennis,
and definitely asked by a decorated person of the Tucson Fire Department.
right?
So what's the answer?
So the answer is your toenails fell off from practicing. I mean,
Yeah.
was all of them? One of them?
No, just the big toenails.
Both?
Yes.
The same time?
Nope.
No.
No.
Same match?
2 months later. Yes.
2 months
Well,
later. Oh.
It wasn't during a match. I was at a summer camp
Okay.
in July, and then I kind of wore shoes that were a size too big, so my feet kept on sliding up and down, and eventually bumped the toenail too many times,
Oof.
and then bruised it up.
Yeah, that would
I'm
definitely
a
hurt.
little sick to my stomach talking about it. Gotta tell-
But
gotta
even
tell
when if you wear the right shoe, I mean, you move so much.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you
Like-
stop and go. There's
Yeah.
no
Yeah, you
change
stop
of
and
direction.
go,
It's
and,
almost like basketball, the same thing.
Right. I know we only have about 20 minutes left of the show, and I definitely want to make room for the guys' team here. So I'm going to give it 2 more minutes. There we go. If you guys are watching, make sure that you know that this is an actual photo of Jayme's
Actual
feet right
photo.
there. That's actual photo right there. What you don't know is that she's got 3 toes on each foot, and
And that's a uniform.
yeah,
so-
and that's the Pima tennis uniform right there. That's what Jasmine's saying. That's because you're hardcore. That's what that means
That's
right there.
So, Jayme, tell us a little bit about what you're looking forward to the most on this upcoming tournament. Obviously in Tucson, so you're not only supporting the hometown school, but the hometown as well.
What was the question?
What are you looking forward to the most?
Oh,
Winning.
yeah. Winning, having fun,
Winning is nice.
being with the team. Yep. Exactly.
Did next question? Did your toenails grow back?
Yes.
Okay,
they
all right.
did. A year
question.
later, basically.
We should talk about Elise and Jayme being BFFs thanks to Pima Tennis. You'd think that they'd known each other since they were little kids. So fast friendship.
Yep. About 5 months, and then we clicked instantly.
Very nice.
So
Well,
did you not initially start playing with each other, doubles wise, or
No, we did. We played doubles.
the whole time?
Right. Yep.
I pair them up.
All right.
Well, Coach knows a good thing when he sees it.
Did you
He's
try
like,
to draw
these
the
two.
short straw or what?
No, it's just like it goes by it's a ladder. So I paired them up, and they talk good to each other. They were nice to each other on the court. It looks like they communicated well, and that's what doubles is all about. It's just good communication, and they have it on and off the court, which is pretty cool.
Now, are there signs given, like in volleyball, like, like I want you to serve over here, so you can kind of put your hand behind your back and kind of indicate where you go? Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Good question.
So does that mean you like serve out, serve in, or is it more of a spin serve or more of a flat serve? You can kind of tell your
wide
partner.
body, backhand, or
Right.
I always had this question too. I mean, in other sports, obviously football, basketball, there's timeouts. Even in volleyball, which I covered this last weekend, they'll do 3 or 4 points, and then they'll go back and they'll do some coaching while they're sitting down. Are you able to make in-match adjustments, kind of on the fly, to any of your players?
Well, I mean, you can in between points. There's like about 20 seconds rest in between points, and then you have to start right away. If not, you get a point.
Now, you're
penalty.
giving them signs. Obviously, you don't say, "Hey,
Yeah,
here's
you
their
can
backhand."
like that's a good thing about college tennis. You can go like go on the side and say, "Hey, Jayme, like hit this shot to this girl," and or keep making this play.
Sure.
Just like quick comments, and I mean, you can't change much. I mean,
Right.
Okay.
what you have is what you have for that day, and you have to play that way. Like maybe it's too windy, and you have to adjust to it. And I can go to her and say, "Hey, it's windy. Hit the ball to the left because the wind's going the opposite direction." Just little things like
Sure.
that.
Now, do you have like other sports? I mean, do you watch film of other players from other teams, get their tendencies, or?
No, I mean, I think you have to ask for permission, like for the other coaches to record matches. But that's what the pros do, like that's what they do. They watch film. They know what type of shot this player is gonna hit when
Tendencies,
they're at
strengths,
at 30 all and 5-2 in the third set. Like they know all that. I mean, you can kind of see it happening in the match. Like you can see a pattern happening in the match, and you can pick it up right away, or at least I can pick it up and tell them, hey, you know what, they keep going to your back end when the score is like this, and they can make an adjustment, but it's kind of hard to just
In the match.
yeah.
Okay, so a couple more questions or comments for Jayme, and then we'll bring the fellas in. Jayme, one of the things that I wanted to know was it's kind of a two-part question. I know you're a freshman, but do you, academically, what path do you plan to follow into your sophomore year and then junior and senior year at a different institution?
Well, right now I'm just working on gen ed. My major's kind of undecided right now, so just kind of thinking.
So basically
still.
math and English and
Yeah.
that kind of thing. And
Exactly.
Learning
do you
to
plan
read
on
good.
playing tennis in your junior and senior year, wherever you go?
Hopefully, yeah.
Great.
all right, well, we have two different options here. We can send in Raj, but I was thinking maybe, Coach, with your permission, if we can get both of you to step out and we can get the two guys in here. I want to give them enough time.
Yeah.
And since we only have about 15 minutes left, I want to give them enough time because we still have to cover a couple things afterwards. So, if you guys wouldn't mind, what's that? I'm getting.
to play her.
What's that? You
Nice.
found someone.
It's a little older.
Oh, 31.
Oh, okay. You're 30.
They're 32.
Do you like playing old people? Oh, Andy.
That's
All
great.
right. Well, we want to thank both of you so much for joining us here, and if you wouldn't mind sending the fellas in, Raj and Francisco.
Yep.
In the meantime, keep the comments rolling in here.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it.
And
because-
definitely go out and check out the nationals that are going to be played here in Tucson.
Yes. Thank you. All
Thank
right.
you so
well,
much, guys.
stop with the 31. Megan, sorry. Megan, I'm with you. Okay.
That's
I have been 31. In June, I will be 31 for the 10th time. So, 10th
anniversary.
Yeah, it's the 10th anniversary of my 31st birthday. So,
Thank you, Coach, and thank you, Jayme.
yes,
so much.
thank you
Thank
guys
you,
very
guys.
much. All right.
Come on in, fellas.
Raj, Francisco, come on in. Sit wherever you
What's
like.
up?
What's up?
Where's Raj at? There he is.
There he is.
All right. Raj is styling.
Raj has the best hat and hair game in the business right
right.
now.
Thank you, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
So
Straight out of
Raj,
Yuma.
Raj,
right,
that's
that's right.
you led that. You led me right into that one. So Raj, what is someone in Yuma doing playing tennis, dude? Seriously.
Yeah, I mean, like, in tennis for Yuma, I mean, there's not a lot going on, but I mean, you do what you got to do. I mean, yeah.
There's a lot of people older than 31.
By
there.
the way, thank you to our sponsor Z Pizza. The owners are from Yuma, so thank you very much. By the
yeah,
way,
yeah,
so.
Yuma, yep, it's my city.
So why? Oh yeah, I was gonna say why didn't you go to Western? But they don't have a
928?
tennis program.
Yeah, that's a big reason why I came here was because they got a tennis program here. I mean, if they had one over there, I mean, I would go. But I mean, you know, since this is my second year, I really enjoy it. You know, so I'm really glad, you know, that I came here. So yeah.
Straight down the 8.
Yeah.
Right. So what do you plan to do? Where have you committed anywhere for junior and senior year? Are you gonna be playing anywhere next year? Or?
Honestly, no. I think this is my last year, and then I'm gonna focus more on school. I'm not really sure where I'm gonna go next year, but I have to stay one more year actually. So, but after that, I'm not really sure where I'm gonna go. But yeah.
So the question that I know Bill's dying to ask is, what do you plan to be when you grow up?
When you get to be 31.
When you get to be 31, Megan.
So my plans, I really like my family. We have a trucking company. So what I want to do is I want to take over the business. You know, so that's my main plan.
Great.
But yeah.
So business major then.
Yeah, business major.
Well, you couldn't pick a better business school if you could go to the U of A. I mean, our college is,
I heard a lot of good
is
things
pretty
about
top notch. So,
Yeah.
So are you guys doubles partners too?
Nah.
Nah, we're
No.
not doubles
We
partners.
played together, but
Yeah, but
not in
say.
the team.
yeah.
I didn't know because they had the doubles team over
Right.
here. Didn't know
Oh.
if the doubles team was coming here. So
Now in practice, do you guys play against each other?
Yeah, actually today we
Yeah.
played, and
It was pretty fun.
who won?
I mean, hate to say it, but Raj beat me.
Yo,
But-
that's right.
Oh, that was tough,
Sophomores.
Sophomores.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it says we're getting more comments coming through here, but make sure to keep the comments coming through.
Also, the emojis, I mean, you got to show some love for the guys here.
Yeah,
here they
ask
go.
anything. I'm an open book.
There you go.
Oh boy.
So talk to me about your high school path in Tucson here and what led you to Pima.
Well, I started tennis my freshman year, and it's a funny story because at the time I was gonna play volleyball, and there was no volleyball team. So my coach, he my soccer coach, after the season, he's like, if I play you and I beat you, you're gonna join.
Oh.
So me thinking I'm cocky, I'm athletic, I'm gonna beat him. No, he just
He whooped you.
Did
yeah.
he school you?
Yep. So I started playing, and right when I picked up the racket, I loved it, and just from there.
Do you play other sports along with tennis, or are you just totally focused on tennis now?
I play soccer, basketball, volleyball, anything actually.
You play any for Pima, or just
Oh no, just for Pima tennis.
just tennis for Pima? All right. So sophomore, right?
Yeah.
Only sophomore we have.
Only
Yeah.
sophomore we have. Freshman. Okay.
Yep.
So how's the school / tennis workload as a freshman? Is it harder? Is it more challenging?
It's. I mean, I don't want to say it's easy, but I think I've managed pretty well. Just taking some time off to go study and do some work before practicing, or studying after practice.
What's the hard? This question goes to both of you. What's been the hardest class you've taken so far?
True. Hey, you go first.
I want to say my French class because it's a lot of studying and a lot of accents, and it's really difficult.
I didn't even know they offered French at Pima.
Yeah, they offer French, and they offer French and Spanish.
All
They
the
probably offer
Latin-based
German. They
languages.
probably offer German.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Would be my guess. My sister-in-law is a French teacher, so
No.
you need any extra help. She's super busy and probably can't help you out. But I can just point you in a
You just
different
thought you
I
said
direction.
got
all that
excited for a second there.
That's right.
But she, yeah. I mean, French is tough. I was a Spanish minor in college, so I was, really focused on that. But and then I thought about learning other languages. No, I'm good. You know,
Yeah.
I'll just stick with what I got right now.
Right.
Raj, same question to you. What's the hardest class you've taken here?
Out of my 2 years, I'd probably say well, last year I took a history class and it was just so hard. I mean, I had a professor and I mean she was really tough, you know, but I mean, yeah, history last year was my hardest class. This year I'd probably say math, yeah.
What type of history was it?
I think it was like American history, like from the Civil War and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, it was an interesting class, but I mean, it was tough. But yeah.
Bill's favorite history class was History of the World Part 1.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
That's what's up.
Have you guys seen that movie?
No.
No.
Yeah.
If
think
you
that
ever
was
get a chance,
think
I
that-
know it's a
yeah.
generational thing, but
Yeah, I don't even think they were born when that came out.
Mel Brooks, History of the World Part 1.
Funny movie.
Find it on Hulu or Netflix or something like that. You won't be sorry.
Exactly.
That's what's
It's
up.
just, it kind of goes throughout
Here we
history.
go.
It
We
kind
got
of
a heart
starts
going
with
on
like,
here.
it starts, oh, interesting. Okay, Megan says Raj is always the DJ on the team's road trips.
That's right.
What's playing? What's
I mean, it ranges from anything. You know, 1 minute it would be hip hop, you know, Tupac and all that. The next, you know, we'd be listening to some like what's it called?
Punk?
Sometimes, I mean, yeah, I mix it up. I'm a good DJ.
Nice.
But yeah,
So are you gonna go see All Eyes on Me when it comes out?
you know it.
You know it.
You know it.
Me too.
That movie looks so
right.
good.
Yes.
Yeah.
First time acting role for the gentleman that plays Tupac.
Demetrius Ship Jr.
There we go.
Andy, little known fact about Andy, he's way into hip hop.
What?
That's
And
what's
rap.
up. That's what's
Didn't
up.
you DJ like back in
Hip hop and R&B.
hip hop and R&B before you went to classic? I know, yeah.
Nice.
We all have our past.
What's Andy's rap name?
What's Andy's rap name? Yeah, Andy, what is your rap name?
Yo, Fat Dog.
Fat Dog
That's what's
is
up.
Andy's. What's your rap name?
Super hot fly.
I feel like that was just freestyled right now.
That's right.
No. So what is in your flights? What are you guys ranked on the team?
Oh, me, I'm 4.
Yeah, and I'm 6.
4 and 6. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, how does the scoring work in like the tournament? Is it just basically like, matches won, whoever has the most matches won against the other team wins that round, basically? Like if you're playing Paradise Valley and you have all your like all the matches, they're basically whoever matches won, it's
Yeah.
like
Do
that.
you
or-
mean for like the season matches?
Yeah, well, the season matches, I imagine, if you're just playing one team straight up, whoever wins the most
Yeah.
matches wins. But how does it work in tournament time?
Nationals, well, each one's like in their own flight, right? So our number one would play all the number ones from all the national schools that went.
Right.
And he's just alone right there. So
Just the ones.
yeah, and then
Is it like an individual type thing, or is it cumulative to like points where like a team
yeah,
can
you
win?
would get points.
Okay.
So like, let's say he wins and he gets a certain amount of points, and then
Okay.
our 2 gets second and stuff like that. It's all in points, and then at the end of the day, they tally up the points and give the championship to the person with most.
Now, is there any music being played when you guys are playing, like in between games or something like that, or is it total concentration just the whole time?
I wish they would play music,
Yeah.
but
Nope,
no,
not
it's
happening.
totally.
Oh, okay. Here's the next question from the green room over here. Raj, do you have any catchphrases?
Yeah, so I always say like, "That's right," Yeah, that's what I always say. Yeah.
You can hear him laughing in the background. That's just that question courtesy of Jayme Shafer.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, Coach, do you have any questions for Raj? Feel free to type in or have Jayme type in, and then we can ask him. It's one of those. Oh, here, Bill. Do you want to go with that one right there? The second question.
Do you have any habits on the course like famous grunts? Like a male version of Monica Seles or something.
When it's really intense, and you just have to make a grunt, just to scare the other guy.
Oh, so it's an intimidation factor.
Sometimes I
Or
do.
maybe breaking confidence. And
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, that
breaking
plays a huge role, yeah.
concentration.
Is there a lot of double fist pumping like this during a big point or something like that? Like when you win.
Oh well, there's one guy, Francisco Don, that he If he wins in intense point, he just screams his lungs out, you know. And
Is he on your team or is
yeah,
that okay?
yeah, and he jumps up and down and celebrates like no other.
Yeah.
And how does that make
I
the
think
opponent
we'll have
feel?
Sean play him.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. Appreciate that.
So you're a sophomore, Raj. Did you go to Plano last year? I mean, was Pima invited to that tournament?
Nah, sadly, we didn't make it last year. So the way it works at regionals, there's 4 schools, and the teams that have the most wins within that tournament gets to go.
Okay.
And sadly, we didn't get to make it. But
But obviously this year you are. So what are the couple things you're looking forward to? Obviously, other than getting out of town, but what's really obviously it's going to be the pinnacle of your year, tennis wise. But tell us what you're really looking forward to.
Well, I mean, I want to see the tennis players out there, because they're the best is going to be out there. So I'm really excited to see that. And because it's my last year, I really want to play like the best that I can. I want to be able to leave the court, and say that I gave it everything. So that's why I'm really excited for nationals. But yeah.
So is there in each flight that you're in, is there like an individual champion and then a team championship that kind of goes along with that? So like if you're the 4s and 6s, right? So you're in those flights, can you be the champion of the 6s, the champion of the 4s? So you can win an individual championship.
Yeah.
And then based on your performance goes to the team total, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do they play singles and doubles on? Obviously, I would think singles would be first and then doubles later. Or I mean, is it like 3 days of singles and 2 days of doubles, or how does that work?
Well, for nationals, I really wouldn't tell you because this is my first year. So
Okay, Raj, you got any insight on that?
This is my
Coach?
first year too. But yeah.
maybe Coach might know. Maybe he could type it in or something.
Yeah, coach. Oh, individual draws, but players get points for their team. All right. Thank you. Megan has been the wealth of information.
We have to definitely go out and see these guys play and meet Megan. We might even have
Same as
Megan on the
regionals.
show.
I know. Serious. I mean, like, why? Like, you need to talk to Ray Suarez for not bringing Megan in here.
Yeah,
I mean, what's going on? Seriously.
Megan, we want you on the show in June.
So last couple of minutes here for questions for the guys, and then Bill, while we're waiting for some more questions to come through, why don't you talk about softball
weekend.
and volleyball? So we'll just try and give us a quick 4 minutes.
All right, great. As you can see, I got a little sun over the weekend, and it was fun. It was definitely enjoyable. One of the reasons that Sean and I did start 520 Sports Talk was to enhance just as the tennis team, but also enhance the other non-revenue sports. So we held the Pac-12 beach volleyball tournament at Jimenez Field, Bear Down Beach, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Thursday and Friday was the team competition. Arizona lost in the semifinals they lost to UCLA, putting them in the competitors bracket or the losers bracket.
Losers.
And then
They're not losers. I'm just saying.
that's right.
It's just,
There was a losers bracket when you and I played. But anyways, Washington came basically and just put the hammer down on the U of A going into Friday morning and was eliminated. But the U of A did make the Final Four, so they finished fourth in the Pac-12. The finals was an all-Southern Cal final, as you would imagine. It was USC, UCLA. Now, UCLA earlier in the day snapped USC's 62-match winning streak, but the way that the new rules work, UCLA actually went all the way in through the winners bracket. USC, by losing to UCLA, had to go to the competitors bracket, but when they matched up in the finals, USC only had to beat UCLA once. They didn't have to beat them twice, which it was kind of not the fairest thing for UCLA, but that's apparently how the rules were changed. So Saturday we went into the pairs competition. Arizona number one pair is the Witt twins, McKenna and Madison, who also had played for Dave Rubio in the indoor season a couple years back, and then switched to beach. But very competitive match. They ended up playing the eventual champions from USC and played them tough. They lost 21-18 and 21-15, so it was definitely a competitive match for them. They have nothing to hang their heads at. They are seniors. They're going to graduate, and actually they're going to go. I think they may have a year of eligibility left because they switched to beach. They're going to go play at Cal Baptist over in Southern California, coming up for this next year. So good luck to the Witt twins, Madison and McKenna. We love you on 520 Sports. Coach Dave Walker, Steve Walker. Thank us personally.
Every time with this guy.
Yeah, exactly. Thank us personally for covering beach volleyball. Apparently, obviously, we were the only ones until the tournament came around, and then everybody wants
because we're freaking amazing.
That's right.
That's pretty much what it is.
That's right.
We
That's
cover
right.
we cover the sports that people want to see, like beach volleyball and Pima
Exactly.
tennis. So that's all I'm saying is that all you other sites and blogs out there, get on our level.
Right.
And we also cover naked oil and chocolate wrestling.
So Saturday was kind of fun because I was all over the place, putting a lot of mileage on the car. I started out at the singles matches at the U of A. Went over to the Pima West campus to cover sophomore day at the softball field. They had a doubleheader, and they ended up sweeping the doubleheader. Mercy ruled the first game 4-0 when Alexa Delgado came up.
Oh.
And she was actually, I think she only had 10 or 12 bats the whole year. And she just rocketed this fastball right over the deepest part of the field in center field for a grand slam, making it 8-0 and a Mercy rule win. Pima came back, stumbled a little bit in the beginning of the second game, but ended up winning that as well. Congratulations to the sophomores that played for... Go ahead. I thought you.
What's that? No, I had to finish that up, but I have a really good question I got to ask when you're done. Yeah.
Congratulations to the sophomore. A lot of them are going on. I know that Rita and Courtney are going to Texas.
Stephen F. Austin.
That's right. Stephen F. Austin.
And Nacogdoches,
Texas. Also, we have somebody else going to a Texas A&I satellite school.
Yeah, and then Bailey Critchlow going to Embry-Riddle.
Up in Prescott. If you have a chance to go to Prescott and support Bailey, fantastic player, fantastic person. And I got to actually meet the Critchlows, which was great. They watch us every week. Watch us every week. We thank Nate Critchlow. Teddy.
What
Nate
up, Teddy?
showed me a video of his horse racing career. Very interesting.
You guys into horse racing at all?
Not really.
No.
Too cruel for the jockeys?
That's right.
I have to ask this question here and then go on to the U of A. Why did you guys almost get kicked out of regionals?
Oh, that was crazy. Go for it.
Nah, you can go.
All right. So, yeah, it was like that. Our number one doubles was playing, right? And our number one doubles is really good. I just want to put that out there. Like, they're really good.
Really good.
So anyways, when they were playing Mesa, things got really tight, and we just started, what's it called? Cheering, yeah.
Chanting.
But, really loud. Like at one point, I felt like I was going to pass out. I'm serious, it was just, we just kept cheering and cheering, let's go, Pima, and it was just, the atmosphere was so crazy that, a ref came up to us, hey, you guys need to calm down and all this, but I mean, we still didn't stop, because that's our team. Those are, they're.
Now, was it strictly cheering, or was there a little taunting going on?
No, it was just, it was just cheering.
Got nothing.
The funniest part was when the ref came over. Our coach Ian was walking by too, and he heard that, and because he told us to be louder earlier that day. So I look at him and I'm like, so I ask him louder, and he says, yeah. So we just go off that time.
So is there a referee's chair like in a match that you would see on TV and they go, quiet please, the microphone, like, is this?
There was, but you can cheer after each point.
Right.
And even the ref that was reffing that match, he came over and said that we were doing everything fine, that.
Okay.
So we could cheer after each point.
All right.
Yeah.
Bill, continue. So we're gonna wrap up with U of A, and then one more thank you to our sponsors. I'll go through those really quickly, and then we'll be out of here until next week, and Bill will preview next week's guest. Yeah, I know we have so much going on right now. We've got some We got some bodybuilding this month. We've got some softball this month.
Got two distinguished sports writers that have been in Tucson.
Yes, yeah, we got. Some
we're
good
looking
sports
forward to
writers,
having them
yeah.
on the show.
So we got some good stuff. So why don't you talk about some softball, more softball, and then we'll wrap everything up.
Okay, so softball. This is the last homestand for the Lady Cats going against the ASU Sun Devils. Obviously, territorial cup was at stake, and before the series started, it was tied 7.5 to 7.5. So this was, other than baseball, this is the last chance that the Cats play the Devils.
You pronounced their name wrong. Scum Devils.
Sorry.
Yeah. Just for the sake of accuracy,
right.
you want to make sure that. Okay, continue.
Okay. So the first game, Arizona ended up winning. They didn't play well. Thule didn't have her best stuff. I'll be honest with you, I was sitting behind home plate the whole time. The home plate umpire was so inconsistent with his ball and strike counts, and that was to both pitchers. I mean, it wasn't he was favoring the Sun Devils or the Wildcats. It was just it was just crazy. I mean, a ball down the middle, he'd call a ball, and a ball low and outside, he'd call a strike, and it was just not consistent.
Apparently, Chris Lawler really wants to give you a hug.
That's right. But the Cats ended up winning. The lack of effort and the lack of focus did not go unnoticed by Coach Candrea. Normally, after the game, they will have a little huddle in shallow left field. After the huddle broke, as I was waiting, and along with the other reporters for post-game interviews, there was a lot of teary eyes coming out of that huddle, so I think he definitely gave him the business. When we asked him a question about that, he said the seniors get it. The underclassmen think that our rival is UCLA. He says our rival is not UCLA, it is ASU. And he needed to definitely bring that point home, and a lot of that was the lack of focus. He says at this point in the season, you cannot win on pure talent alone. You have to concentrate, and you have to reach down within and bring out your best game. So the second game, Devils got kind of a little bit of a revenge. Kind of some fluke plays. Our catcher got hit in the mouth by an errant pitch. There was a deep fly ball that went off the top of the wall and bounced back in. And then there was a completely missed fly ball that scored 3 runs. So the Devils ended up beating us, tying the Territorial Cup back up, and going into the third and final game of the rubber match, where apparently Coach Candrea's message did get through because the Cats just came out and dominated and won 8-0 behind a perfect effort by Thule.
So, an all-around great sports weekend. So we obviously big support to all the teams. U of A football.
Not yet.
It's past my bedtime.
That's right.
Because I'm 31.
That's right. And
Less
we're
time.
also recruiting Manute Bull's son.
Are we really?
Yeah, it was in the paper today.
How many former pros kids are we going to have
I
on
don't
one
know,
team?
But Sean Miller's definitely a busy man.
Well, I think Bull is 9'2" as a freshman. So
Without the afro.
He doesn't have an afro.
Right.
But Manute Bull.
He was like 7'6".
Was 7'6".
Yeah.
From Nigeria, I believe.
Something like that.
Senegal, maybe.
Possibly.
I'm gonna go with one of the
African
nations from the African continent. Bull. He named his son Bull. Bull is his name. BOL. For those of you scoring at home. But we do get a recruit. We got Shaquille O'Neal's son, Sharif.
Not
will be
this year,
coming
but the
here
next
year. The following the 2018 class. So maybe we'll have a couple pros kids on the team. Manute's sadly no longer with us.
Yes. A lot of good stuff happening
Yeah.
at the U of A. Got a new AD, Dave Heeke. Sean and I both met him.
Yeah, really good guy.
A really good guy. Looking
Yeah.
forward to a lot of ups on his end. He's definitely supporting 520 Sports and our coverage of the non-revenue sports. So just be prepared. I know that we are going to do indoor volleyball next year. We've already got approved for that. We will be doing gymnastics next year for your gymnastics fans. So
I want to see you do that.
no, you don't.
Yeah, I think there's got to be some sort of leotard challenge to go along with that when it comes to gymnastics.
If you do the
next
speedo,
year.
I'm sure I'll probably have to do The man leotard.
So Maritza, Elise was on earlier. For those of you watching right now, all the shows afterwards, either the night after, like directly after the show or the following day, it stays on our Facebook page, obviously, but it's on YouTube, so you can watch it on your big screen. If you have a smart TV, you can bring up YouTube and people can watch you on the big screen. It'll be up tonight.
520 Sports Talk on the YouTube.
Yeah, on
channel.
YouTube. So I want to give one last shout out to our sponsors, and then we'll be out until next week.
Real quick, also have them follow
Shouts
Lori
outs.
on U of A
Yes.
Baseball on Twitter.
Yeah, follow Lori Burkhart on the 520 Twitter page.
At 520 Sports
At 520 Sports Talk. So, guys, one last opportunity to look right into this blue light and say hello,
Friends,
shout
girlfriends,
out
mom,
to
dad.
whoever you want to right there.
You go first.
All right, to all my family that's watching, and my coach from high school, Parra, and my former coach, Chuck Bermudez.
Oh, all right. Yo, so my shout out goes to, it's my coach. He's right here, Coach Ian.
Oh yeah, Coach Ian too.
Yeah.
I love you.
Yeah, for
The
everybody
afterthought.
watching, he's a good coach. He's one of the best I've ever had. So I just want all y'all to know that, if you guys ever want to coach something, hit up Ian. He's a really good coach, and I'm really glad to be a part of the team.
Or if you ever want to play tennis.
Yeah, he's a really good coach. So yeah, that's my
Wonderful.
shout out.
Thank you guys so
Thank
much.
you, guys.
Thank you
Thank
for
you for
joining us. We
having us.
appreciate it.
Yeah, thank
Aztec
you.
tennis.
There you
That's
go.
right. That's right.
That's right.
So
Yo.
again, our studio sponsor and giver of hugs, Chris Lawler from Nova Home Loans, loansbylawler.com. Coach Ian and Raj both got a special hug from Chris Lawler's likeness right there. Loansbylawler.com. You can catch him at 520-260-4846. Also, TucsonAlist.com. If you're looking for a quality service provider, TucsonAlist.com.
Kendra Sewell.
And talk to Kendra Sewell. She'll definitely put you in touch with some good people, and also advertise your business with TucsonAlist.com to get some good exposure. So, Stray Dogs, River and Stone, great food. I don't know what the macaroni of the week is,
Probably a
but
Cinco de Mayo thing. or
oh
something,
man,
so
it's gonna have. So
we may have to go
if
check
you've
it
never been
out.
to Stray Dogs, used to be Zona 78, but Stray Dogs it's like burgers and dogs and pizza.
Incredible
they make
shakes.
they have like milkshakes. I'm not sorry, milkshakes.
Nice.
So they do like a specialty mac and cheese. Normally it's just mac and cheese, but like the first time we went, they put like green chili in there and buffalo chicken tenders.
What?
And then when we had Bob Elliott on the show, they had their rustic pizza sauce in there, and they cut up a hamburger patty and put it in there.
And Bob ate during the show.
And Bob had that during the show. It's so good. So check out Stray Dogs. Also check out their 17-inch donut from Ginormous Foods.
Show airs in June.
Yes, The Rock. If you want to go catch some good local music, The Rock at Park and 9th. Thank you so much to them. Z Pizza and Tap Room. If you're on the northwest side at Lock and Yard and Naranjo, you want good pizza and some good adult beverages. You guys wouldn't know about that. Wink,
Not yet.
Wink.
Not yet.
And
And we will
Z
be
Pizza
having
and
the
Tap Room.
bodybuilding show there.
Yes, probably the bodybuilding show, the fitness model or fitness. Yeah, they're not bodybuilders so much as they are like fitness modeling sort of thing. I'm gonna get the term right before the show, otherwise they will beat me up.
That's right.
So,
So you don't want to miss that because
yeah.
incredible athletes, both friends of Sean and myself. So
that's Bill playing tennis right there for those of
Yes,
you
that's
watching
when I
at
was
home right
33.
there. Yeah. So, ouch, Megan's not going to be happy about that. Oasis Air Conditioning and Heating. Talk to David Murrieta and make sure that you get your cooling tuned up for the hot summer months. And also a major thank you to our first sponsor, Micha's on 4th Avenue. Great Mexican food at Micha's on 4th and right around 36th.
right.
I
So
think
Stray
it's,
Dogs and Meats, you Cinco de Mayo party revelers. Make sure you support those two businesses.
Yes, definitely. I love all of our sponsors' food is so good.
Yes.
Which is why I put on. This is our freshman year on the show, so I put on the freshman 15.
Sure.
As part of the show. Did you put on the freshman 15?
Yeah, but I already lost it.
But you already lost it. Well, you're running around a lot,
That's right.
so I gather that's all right. But again, thank you so much for joining us, Bill. Who do we have next week?
Next week, it's kind of up in the air. I'm trying to get Pueblo softball, which is actually in the middle of their playoffs right
Nice.
now. So
All right.
depending on their schedule, I will have them on. If not, We just keep watching the page, and we'll start promoting it Thursday or Friday for our next week's game.
We'll have some good stuff. But again, thank you for joining us on 520 Sports Talk. So for the guys from Pima Tennis, for Coach Ian, for
Jayme,
Elise. Oh, you did it. You did it, Andy. We must have hit the total because that was mostly embarrassing. So
Great.
For Elise, Jayme, Raj, and Francisco, this is Bill and Sean and Andy Taylor, AndyTaylorMedia.com. Thank you for watching 520 Sports Talk. We will see you next week.
We are out.
Hey girl, you always seem to find your way back to me, and it always seems that I'm just a